Well, it made me pick all of the special moves that I remember and I know, and I tried to include as many of the iconic things like the spear, the Sub-Zero slide, Liu Kang's fireball, that kind of stuff. And, Johnny Cage's sidekick and getting punched in the ball, like all that kind of stuff is little things that I remember.
How will the series connect to the video game franchise?
It doesn't actually. In talking to the video game company with Ed Boon, we wanted to make sure that they were separate so that they don't rely on each other. You don't have to play the game in order to enjoy Legacy, and vice versa.
So, big fan of your original Season 1. You're making Season 2. What about a movie, man?
We are working on the movie. We are really close. The script is about done. Everyone seems very happy with it. So right now we're just in figuring out like the more logistics side of things, like what is the appropriate budget, where do we shoot it, location-wise, and then we'll go from there.
Are you aiming for a theater release for this one?
Oh yes, for sure.
How will you apply what you learned from the series into the feature?
I think, with everything, it's more experience the better. And now that I've lived with Mortal Kombat for so many years at this point, I can take the best of and what I've learned over the series, whether it's fighting style and incorporating the mythology and special effects, and use that in my arsenal to go and try to make the best movie possible.
Now, this is probably a question you hear a lot, but did you ever think any of this would happen when you made that trailer so many years ago?
No, I didn't, because honestly, it kind of all happened organically. I originally did the short film as a calling card to do genre movies. I grew up being kind of a genre nut, nerdy kind of video game comic book guy who somehow got thrust into the world of music and dance and touring, and which was never my intention. I've always wanted to be like either a creature designer, a storyboard artist, that kind of thing. So I did that because I knew nobody was going to give me a chance to do a genre anything, given my background. So that was what the purpose was.
Now, were there any characters in Season 2 that you really wanted to put in but couldn't do either because of financial reasons or just didn't have time?
I wanted to put in Cabal and Goro and Smoke, but those are very complex characters with very complex visual effects needs. So I wasn't able to, and I also didn't want to just half-ass it, right? So if I'm going to do those characters, I want to do it right.
Have you ever gone to New Line and tried to get any of the old molds and casts they used for the original Goro?
I talked to Ed Boon about some of the original Goro stuff, but I think they have the animatronic head sitting in their lobby. But I'd be very curious on like where the frozen guy that Sub-Zero freezes and it shatters, like the head. Like I would want to get some of those props, or the sunglasses that Johnny Cage had that were broken. Something that's kind of cool like that.
Where would you like to see this go next, other than a feature?
I want Legacy to continue on. I think another season would be great. I would love to do longer episodes. I think it'd be great to do 45-minute episodes or something like that and kind of sprawl it out in a Game of Thrones style type of show, because, they're very good at killing off main characters, and by the nature of Mortal Kombat, I would do the same.
Well, what are your thoughts on Kickstarter nowadays with people being able to raise money to make their own films that they want to make?
I love it. I mean, I personally think it's great. It's encouraged some great properties. I'm really happy that the guys over at Amalgamated Dynamics are going to do like a full-on creature feature, and they got it crowdsourced, and these are the guys who are the geniuses behind like the Aliens franchise, and they've done so many visual effects, creature effects, that I'm excited to see them do their own thing.
And last thing, if people want to continue to support you in your Mortal Kombat effort, what do they have to do?
They got to watch and share. That's the most important. The more views, the better.